So the question is, if I know somebody is lying, should I expose them? No, we do not. We're not in the business of exposing each other's sins. One of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's traits is as-sattar, the one who conceals. And the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conceals is that in general, He has concealed our sins from each other for the most part. Most of the things that we do that we're not supposed to do, we do in private. And therefore, even though we've sinned and we feel bad about it, we feel remorse, Allah is also showing us His mercy upon us that no one else has seen it. So if Allah has concealed something, it is not for me to expose. So I can't come and tell you, oh, last night I did this, last night I did that. In this scenario, in which friends know about each other's sins, the attitude is advice, sincere advice, nasiha, not to expose them. Because the Prophet ﷺ taught us, help your brother whether they are oppressed or the oppressor. So the Sahaba said, okay, we understand if our brothers or sisters, the oppressed, we understand we need to help them. But how do we help our brother and sister if they're the oppressor? The Prophet ﷺ said, advice. Give them sincere advice. So if you know somebody is lying, go to that person and be like, yo, that's not true, or you're doing this, or I know this, and this is messed up. You have to make this right, etc., etc., etc. That would be the default reaction. Your reaction should be, your instinct should be, I'm going to try to advise this person and help them out of this. Not that I'm going to expose them and create havoc. Very rarely does the exposing help. Unless, let's make up a scenario where, somebody is coming to ask for somebody's hand in marriage, and they're approaching, a guy that is going to a girl in your community asking for her hand in marriage, and his proposal is full of lies. Yeah, in that case, you can go to the family and advise them, I would stay away from that person. Again, not getting into the full detail of it. But again, you can do it in stages. My sincere advice, for Allah's sake, is just stay away from this person to protect them from harming themselves. So even if you need to divulge something or you need to interfere, there are ways that you can do it without, again, this idea of exposing. This is really a modern concept. I'm going to expose everything. Everything's just sort of laid out there, bare on the table. That's not really the way of Islam, not the way of the Salaf. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam.